Alright, today's video, we're doing a timing belt on the R34. First, I'm gonna remove the radiator. Start with the upper radiator hose. I already drained the radiator. Gotta take the hoses off, fans out. Let's get to it. Alright, with the radiator out, we expose our belts. So now we gotta take our belts off the way you take them off. The alternator has the tension here, so you gotta loosen up your alternator from the back and there. And then for your power steering, you gotta loosen the power steering. And then for the bottom one, you have a tensioner down here. Alright, so the belts are off. Like I said, the tension's from here, and one here, and then one down here. That'll remove all your belts. Now I'm gonna take off the cover, this pulley. That's the water pump pulley. I'm replacing that also. And harmonic balancer. Alright, so you remove this cover. It has it's clipped on. It rests from the top and the bottom. So you slide it out and then unhook that, and that's it. Now I'm gonna mark the exo sensor so we have it in place so nothing moves. So that's how I marked it. I went around it with the marker. Alright, so I removed that sensor. It's only 3 bolts, comes right out, slides out. That's what it looks like. Don't touch this, don't move it. I didn't touch anything, but that's how it comes out.
Now you good, bro? I'm doing a YouTube video, I'm good.
So now I remove the bolts from the cover up top, pop it out. Alright, next I put it atop that center. So the last notch right there goes on there, and then on here we match it up with that, and on this side to that mark. Now let's remove it. I'm gonna try to get this out though first. Alright, to remove the balancer, you gotta put one of these pullers on. Well, first you gotta take off the 27mm bolt, harmonic bolt out, and then put one of these on.
Boom.
It's out, but that's still on. It's out. Now I'm gonna remove the cover. It's got a few bolts left. Gotta put it back to DTC, top dead center, or TDC, my bad. Top dead center so we can actually set it right. All right, so we remove that cover. It's 3 bolts. I'll show you right now. Boom, boom, boom. And now we gotta set this to top dead center again and mark a few spots and then go from there. All right, so I've made a few marks. I made a mark right here so it can match. Right there so it can match. And I put my own mark down there, if you can see it right there. It's just a mark right there. Now I'm gonna pull it off. What I like to do before removing the belt is see how much slack we have on there. So we have a little bit of slack on this side and on this side, one more on this side, and then just check right here. So when you put it on, you can feel this. It's just gonna be a little tighter, but give you an idea that it's on right. Just make sure your points are always matching. So it's got a nut, 2 washers, and the spring hooks up on there like that, and then it rests on that bolt right there sticking out. Alright, I removed the tensioner and the armor pulley. Now I'm gonna remove the belt. Everything looks good so far. Nothing moved. We're still that on there and that on there. So let's let it go. Alright, so I went with the HKS fine tuning belt, and I went with stock parts from Nissan. Got the pulley assembly for the oil tensioner. It's 13074 58S00 or 00. 130. And then we got 130-705 Larry 300. And then this is separate, the little spring. I didn't get a part number. They just sent it out in a little package, but it's an OEM one. Let's get it. It's our water pump. We're gonna remove it. We gotta remove this bracket for the alternator, and then the bolts around it. What I removed the 2 bolts to hold it right here, since it was already loose, and I just slid it down. So now I'm exposing all the bolts for the water pump. All right, so I'm gonna do the thermostat. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna be removing. I removed the thermostat. It's only 3 bolts. So it's the housing there. And then there's the thermostat. I gotta go see if match one up with Nissan, because I ordered one. I cross-reference a part number, so I'll let you guys know. All right, so I picked up the thermostat from Nissan. They were able to order one. Part number is 21200-42 Larry 0A. This thermostat is actually cooler, but that's the only thing I could get locally. And it's at 76.5 Celsius, which is about 10 degrees colder than this one. This one's at 82. So I cleaned up the engine side for the thermostat, and now I gotta clean up the other side. All right, we're gonna clean. We have to go back home. Let's get it. So now we're gonna put some RTV on this and install the thermostat. So RTV on there and torque them. All right, the housing's on. The bolts, the 3 bolts go to 21 millimeters. That's what I looked up. And then the water pump's different. I'll show you that. Water pump number 21010 AA 527. Compare them. There they are, side by side. Same thing. All right, so I installed the water pump. Brackets back on. So these go to 35 nanometers, the 3 bigger ones, they're 14 mils. The 10 mil goes to 17 nanometers, and the other rest of them, they go to 21 to 23 nanometers. So I put them at 22. And now we have the water pump installed. Now I'm gonna install the timing belt and all the tensioners and stuff. All right, so it's installed. It's a little pain in the butt. So you gotta install the idler pulley and the tensioner at the same time. All right, so then the little spring goes on top of that. I don't know if you can see it right there. So it goes on top and then it tensions this way. Let me show you. So you take a 5mm Allen wrench and then you put in a little hole here, and then you're able to tension it. So you got to tension it all the way this way to get the belt on. Once that's on, then just let go and it'll tension itself, auto tension. All right, so the mark goes right there, mark, and then we have a mark down here. You can see the light right there. Well, right there, I don't know if you can see it, but then there's the mark right here where you can see it right there. Boom. So the tensioner and the idler pulley over here, I put the cover back on, but they go to 45 millimeters. Once they're the tensioner self-tension, so you know once you let go of it, you can just tighten it. So. And then the marks I showed you guys, so everything's back in there. Let's put a clear cover on. Don't forget to install that piece right there. It's back in place so the belt doesn't come out. And then put a little bit of grease on here to slide it in there. All right, and that's how you do a timing belt on an R34 Skyline or RB25 Neo engine, or all the RBs, they're all the same. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and wait till the next time for the dyno, because this thing's going on the dyno soon. Peace.